Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Firstly, let's pray and thank to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala for His gift so that I have finished the video for this thesis proposal seminar. Before I deliver my presentation, I would like to thank Mr. Gatot Nazir Ahmad and Mrs. Desria Kurnianti as my lecturer who guided me to the end. Let me introduce myself. My name is Haneul and I'm from Management Study Program 2019, Faculty of Economics, State University of Jakarta. Today I will present my thesis proposal about the effect of CEO characteristics on firm performance, analysis of financial sector companies listed on the IDX period 2019 to 2021. I will explain few parts. The first is the introduction, then is literature review, and the last is research method. First of all, I will explain the introduction. The first part of the introduction is the research background. The outbreak of the COVID-19 virus and increasing business competition is a challenge for the company. However, in the existing competition, the financial industry continues to grow. Every CEO has a different characteristics, and these characteristics can have an impact on the company. Previous studies have shown the influence of CEO characteristics on company performance. However, there are inconsistent results between researchers with one another. Next, research questions. First, does CEO power have a positive effect on company performance in the financial sector which is listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange for the 2019 to 2021 period? Second, does the CEO narcissism have a positive effect on company performance in the financial sector which is listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange for the 2019 to 2021 period? Third, does CEO education have a positive effect on company performance in the financial sector which is listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange for the 2019 to 2021 period? And the last, does CEO tenure have a positive effect on company performance in the financial sector which is listed on the Indonesia Stock Exchange for the 2019 to 2021 period? Next, research objective. The first, to test the influence of CEO power on the performance of financial sector companies listed on the IDX for the 2019 to 2021 period. Second, to test the influence of CEO narcissism on the performance of financial sector companies listed on the IDX for the 2019 to 2021 period. Third, to test the influence of CEO education on the performance of financial sector companies listed on the IDX for the 2019 to 2021 period. And the last, to test the influence of CEO tenure on the performance of financial sector companies listed on the IDX for the 2019 to 2021 period. Next, research benefit. The theoretical benefit of this research is adding to the literature and empirical evidence on how CEO characteristics affect company performance in financial sector companies in Indonesia. And for the practical benefit of this research is divided by two. The first is for the company, become a reference in choosing a CEO with the right characteristic to improve company performance, and for the investors, provides views on how CEO characteristics affect company performance so that they can provide additional information for investors in considering investment decision in the company. Next, literature review. The first, I will explain about supporting theory. And the first theory is agency theory. The agency theory is a contract between one or more people involving other people to carry out the principal's interest through delegation of authority to produce a decision. The second is upper echelon theory. This theory states that the characteristics of top management's managerial background can affect company performance. Next, firm performance. Company performance is the result of all decisions made continuously by management, and I use return on assets and Tobin's Q as a proxy of firm performance. The formula of return on assets is net income divided to total asset, and for the Tobin's Q is market value shares plus debt divided to total asset. And there is meaning about Tobin's Q value. If Q value higher than 1, investment in profit-generating assets that provide a higher value than investment spending. And if Q value lower than 1, investment in assets is valued lower than investment spending. Okay, next, CEO power. CEO power is the power possessed by the CEO to be able to maintain control over the company. And the indicator of CEO power is share ownership. According to Macedon et al., CEO ownership plays an important role and is able to influence company performance. Okay, for the hypothesis development of CEO power and firm performance, CEO power is able to influence investors' decision in investing. If investors have confidence in the CEO's leadership, it is not impossible for the company to benefit from the sale of its shares. Shares owned by the CEO are a form of strength for him. The greater the share ownership, the greater the CEO's power in leading the company. Previous research has found that CEO power has a positive and significant effect on company performance. So the first hypothesis is CEO power has a significant positive effect on firm performance. Second, CEO narcissism. Narcissism is a condition where a person loves himself or has excessive self-confidence. Basically, CEO narcissism has its own impact and value for the company. The indicator of CEO narcissism is social media ownership. According to Sariat al. 2022, narcissism is part of the CEO's personality which is related to the quality of the company's earning. There is hypothesis development of CEO narcissism and firm performance. Our excellent theory underlies research on CEO narcissism. Narcissism is part of the CEO's personality which is related to the quality of company earnings. Because of strong self-confidence, a narcissistic CEO might be able to motivate his employees to improve performance through the enthusiasm and energy shown. Previous research has found that CEO narcissism has a positive and significant effect on company performance. So the second hypothesis is CEO narcissism has a significant positive effect on firm performance. Next, CEO education. CEO education is a formal education taken by CEO. Education can make a person's mind open and more innovative. So the indicator of CEO education is the CEO has an MM or MBA degree. And according to Sudana and Dwi Putri 2018, CEOs who have a background in business are better able to utilize their managerial skills in managing the company. And there is hypothesis development of CEO education and firm performance. The educational background of the CEO is able to complement the skills of the CEO in conducting social relations. Proper education can help CEOs implement strategies and achieve the right goals to face competition in the field. The higher the education that the CEO takes and the relevance of CEO education is able to make it easier for them to improve company performance. And previous research has found that CEO education has a positive and significant effect on company performance. So the third hypothesis is CEO education has a significant positive effect on firm performance. Next, CEO tenure. CEO tenure represents how long a CEO has served as head of the company. So the indicator of CEO tenure is the length of the CEO's tenure from the time he was appointed CEO. And according to Cho et al. 2020, a CEO who has a long tenure will be more likely to create a better and more appropriate strategy for his company. And there is hypothesis development of CEO tenure and performance. The longer CEOs stay in the position, the more power they amass and the more influence they have in the board's decision-making process. The CEO's tenure has an impact on increasing his ability to make decisions and maintain full size in managing the company due to the strategic advantage he has. Previous research has found that the CEO tenure has a positive and significant effect on company performance. So the last hypothesis is CEO tenure has a significant positive effect on firm performance. And there is hypothesis framework for this research. Next, research method. The object in this research is CEO characteristics and company performance. The sample is selected using purposive sampling method, and the population in this research is financial sector companies listed on the IDX for the 2019 to 2021 period. And I use secondary data access from company websites and IDX. Next, sample criteria in this research, first listed on IDX 2019 to 2021. Second, publish financial and annual reports for 3 consecutive years. Next, have complete data as needed. And the last, publish financial reports in rupiah. Next, operationalization of variables. The dependent variable that I use in this research are return on assets and Tobin's Q. And for independent variable, there are CEO power, CEO narcissism, CEO education, and CEO tenure. And for the control variable, there are firm size, firm age, leverage, and RMC or Risk Management Committee experience. Next, analysis technique. The first analysis technique that I use are descriptive statistical analysis. This is the description of the collected data comes from the average or mean, standard deviation, maximum value, and minimum value. Second is classic assumption test. This is the test used is the multicollinearity test. Next, panel data regression analysis. In this step, I use panel data approach such as common effect model, fixed effect model, and random effect model. And then I also use estimation model selection such as Chow test, Hausman test, and Lagrange multiplier test. The last is hypothesis testing. This task to find out the relationship between the independent variable and the dependent variable, and this task consists of 3: first determination coefficient test, F-test, and T-test. So that's all from me. I would like to apologize if there is a mistake. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.